Welcome to Wednesday Wisdom. Today we're talking about coping strategies to deal with stress because, let's face it, stress is all around us, isn't it? It's on the rise, it's getting worse, and prolonged stress can cause real problems for us. It can lead to mental health problems. It can also cause physical health problems because our immune system is suppressed. We become more vulnerable to picking up colds and flu, and it even can lead to heart disease. So we want to cope better with stress, and let's face it, it's everywhere. We can't avoid it. You would never get a job or a business that doesn't have stress. So how do we cope better with it? Well, I'm going to be sharing with you some strategies that I use myself and I also share with clients. I'm going to be sharing them with you today, and hopefully there's something here that might be able to help you. So number one is getting yourself set up for the best way that you can for the day in a positive way. Now, I remember years ago, my husband going out the front door to work and he's saying, this is going to be a shit day. And guess what he had? So we want to avoid that. Actually, if you catch yourself having such negative thoughts or saying those words, catch yourself and reframe it. We've talked about reframing on here before, but actually, how could you spin that round to something more positive? A client said to me the other day, it's going to be a tough year ahead. So by saying that, you're creating your own reality. So how can you reframe it in the best way for you? So we decided that she could say, actually, this could be an exciting year of new possibilities. Sounds better, doesn't it? So how can you set yourself up for the best in the morning? So maybe you've got people living with you, you've got to get kids off to school, you've got to make all the food, you've got to wash your hair, take the dog for a walk, decide what to wear, and the alarm didn't go off and you're late. So that can give us stress. Just thinking about that causes me stress. So how can we set ourselves up for the best way? Now, there is a book called The Miracle Morning, which will be back to front for you, but The Miracle Morning by a guy called Hal Elrod, which you may be familiar with, but if you're not, I would highly recommend you read it. But in there, he talks about getting up an hour early than you normally do, which might not be practical, but maybe give it a go. And in that hour, you spend 10 minutes doing 6 things. 10 minutes meditating, 10 minutes affirmations, 10 minutes visualizing your day. Actually, that's what top athletes do this, don't they? Performers visualize themselves doing their best performance and winning the race or whatever. Exercising for 10 minutes, maybe you could do yoga for 10 minutes or running on the spot, whatever it is that you do, stretching exercises, and then read for 10 minutes and finally write for 10 minutes. So those things guaranteed, he says, to set you up in the best way. It takes discipline to do this, by the way, and I've known many people start and then stop, but discipline is a thing, isn't it? We have to repeat things over and over until it becomes a habit. If you can't bear the thought of doing 10 minutes of each of those, then Hal Elrod says you can just do 1 minute on each of them. So there's no reason why you can't give it a go. So there's my invitation, give that a go. But whatever you choose to do, maybe it's going for a walk or reading a book or just having a lovely, refreshing shower, something that's for you, that's going to set you up for the best day possible in a positive way, energized. Maybe it's just having a nutritious breakfast. So set up for in a positive way. And then number 2 is about communication. So I do believe that communication is the root of all the problems on this planet, whether that's marital relations or countries at war. It's all about bad communication. So get better at communication. Maybe at work you've asked somebody to do something and they never do it the way you want it done. Did you communicate effectively to them? Did they understand what you wanted from them? So get really clear about communication and making sure that you express yourself clearly and check people's understanding that they actually understood what you said. A great tool for communication, by the way, if you're interested, is DISC personality profiling. I use it, so if you're interested, give me a shout and I can take you through it. But it's a tool to help you with your self-awareness because, let's face it, to get better at anything, you need to be self-aware so that you know what needs to improve or what your strengths are. And then it's also good for getting the best out of other people. So you learn to adapt the way you communicate to other people according to their DISC profiles, and so that you can get the best out of them. So anyway, that's a useful tool if you're interested. But communication is crucial, clear communication. And then what about avoiding conflicts? So, some rules for yourself in the workplace about avoiding stress, avoiding conflict. So no gossiping about other people behind their back. Avoid people who you really don't get on with. Maybe you can learn to get on with better with them, but if not, then just avoid them, because that's going to cause you stress. And in terms of your environment that you're in, have you got the best environment that's going to make you not so stressed? So maybe your desk is a mess. Do you have to clear it up? Do you have to declutter? Do you have to get rid of stuff? Maybe you have to put things away in drawers and cupboards. So declutter your environment. Maybe it needs brightening up to make you feel a bit more contented. Maybe you need some flowers. What is it in your environment that could help you feel less stressed? Maybe you surround yourself with people who cause you stress. Maybe you need to change the people you hang out with. So your environment has a massive impact on how you feel and therefore on your ability to cope with stress. So your environment is crucial. And then how about the way you organise your time? So it used to be a bit of a badge of honour that we were so good at multitasking. That's not true. Multitasking never works. We need to arrange the way we use our time, write it down in maybe 15-minute segments, however you need to do your thing. But arrange your day so that you're not reacting urgently to stuff all the time and get nothing done, but you're actually being proactive. You're getting stuff done, and stay focused. No more multitasking. It just causes stress. Stay focused on the things that you said you'd do, that you planned in your diary that you're going to do this day. Stay focused, no multitasking. And then know that you are good enough. Because if you've got a touch of perfectionism in you, maybe, it will just cause you stress because you can never be that perfect person. There's no such thing as a perfect person. We're human beings. So we need to know and accept that we are good enough. You are good enough. Maybe you need to include that in your affirmation, in your morning affirmations. I am good enough. Because seeking to be perfect just causes us stress because we'll never get there. So know that you're good enough. And then break up your day. You know, like sometimes people really proudly say that they don't ever take a lunch. That's not good, that's not good. Or they take lunch, but they're doing their emails while they're eating their lunch. No. You're going to break up your day. Maybe around lunchtime, you can go for a walk, even if it's just for half an hour. Take some fresh air, do some exercise, do something creative, read a book, listen to music, sing a song. I don't know what you need to do, but something that will break up the day and reduce your stress. Because when you're working all day long, you might think you can get away with it, but over the long time, you won't. You'll just burn out, get stressed, and then you'll be no good to anybody. And then at the end of the day, again, I call these the bookends to the day. Set yourself up well at the beginning, and then in the evening, how do you unwind? Maybe you plan out for the next day so that you're ready to start the next day. You don't get stressed about what you're going to do tomorrow. Maybe you just listen to some music. Maybe you visualize your next day. Maybe you just take some time to be grateful for whatever good's happened today. But take some time at the end of the day so you've got your bookends at the start and finish of the day. And hopefully there's something in there that will help you cope better with stress that comes your way. And let me know how you get on. I'd love to hear from you. And I look forward to seeing you for next week's Wednesday Wisdom. Bye for now.